So, everyone's been whispering about Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton supposedly having trouble in paradise, right? And honestly, I was starting to wonder too until I saw what just happened in Los Angeles. Because let me tell you, these two just completely shut down all the rumors in the most casual way possible. But before I get into that, you need to know what everyone's been saying about them lately, because it's wild. People have been claiming their 4-year marriage is falling apart. Sources this, insiders that, the usual drama mill. But here's where it gets interesting. Gwen and Blake were just spotted together doing the most normal married couple thing you could imagine. Grocery shopping at Italy in LA on December 9th. And I'm not talking about some staged paparazzi moments either. This looked genuinely real. Now pay attention to this detail because it tells you everything. Gwen wasn't just throwing on whatever clothes she had lying around. She specifically wore slouchy cowboy boots, like she's fully embracing Blake's country vibe. And that right there speaks volumes. But hold on, because there's a reason why this outfit choice is actually genius. See, Gwen paired those boots with distressed denim pants, a simple white tee, a beige wool jacket, and get this, a matching Sherpa handbag. So she's literally dressing like a country girl now. And if you know anything about Gwen's usual punk rock style from her No Doubt days, you know this is a massive shift. Meanwhile, Blake kept it super low-key in a green short-sleeved button-down, jeans, and a trucker hat. Total Oklahoma energy. And here's what really caught my attention. He was helping load the shopping bags into their black SUV, just being a normal husband doing husband things. But why does any of this matter? Well, I'm about to tell you something that changes the whole narrative. During Gwen's recent appearance on the Today Show in December, she revealed that she and Blake are planning to bounce back and forth between LA and Oklahoma for the holidays. So they're not avoiding each other or living separate lives like the gossip sites want you to believe. They're literally planning their life together across 2 states. Now here's where it gets even better, and this is the part that really made me think these divorce rumors are complete nonsense. Blake actually opened up to Entertainment News back in 2023 about how much he loves that Gwen has embraced his lifestyle. He said, and I quote, "I'm not going to say that she's become this country girl, but I just think we're starting to see a different side of Gwen." And you can hear the pride in that statement, right? Like he's genuinely happy that his California girl is getting into the rural Oklahoma thing. Think about it for a second. Gwen Stefani, the punk rock icon who literally defined cool in the 90s with No Doubt, is now rocking cowboy boots and spending time in Oklahoma. That's not something you do for a relationship that's falling apart. That's something you do when you're genuinely committed. But let me back up, because you need to understand their history to really appreciate what's happening here. Gwen and Blake first met way back in 2014 when they were both coaches on The Voice, and honestly, their chemistry was obvious even back then. But they weren't together yet because they were both married to other people at the time. Fast forward a bit, and both of their marriages ended. They started dating in 2015, and the rest is history. Except it's not just any history. It's this beautiful blending of 2 completely different worlds. On one hand, you've got Gwen, Southern California, born and raised, pop star royalty, fashion icon, the whole package. And on the other hand, you've got Blake, small-town Oklahoma country boy who's as authentic as they come. And somehow, these 2 polar opposites made it work. They got married in July 2021, and it's been 4 years of them figuring out how to balance their vastly different lifestyles, which brings me back to why this grocery store outing is so significant. The fact that they're casually shopping together, that Gwen's wearing cowboy boots like it's no big deal, that Blake's helping with the bags, all of this points to a couple that's comfortable with each other, not one that's about to split. I mean, come on, when marriages are actually in trouble, you don't see couples doing mundane tasks together, you see them avoiding each other at all costs. And here's something else that's been bugging me about these divorce rumors. Where are they even coming from? Because every time I see one of these stories, it's always anonymous sources or people close to the couple, never anyone with actual credibility. It feels like the tabloids just can't handle the fact that these 2 are genuinely happy together, so they keep trying to manufacture drama where there isn't any. But let's talk about what their holiday plans tell us, because this is actually really revealing about their relationship dynamic. Gwen said they're bouncing between LA and Oklahoma, which means they're both making compromises. She's willing to spend time in his home state, and presumably he's cool with being in LA for her career and family. That's what healthy marriages look like, folks. It's about give and take, not one person completely changing who they are for the other. Now, I have to say, I genuinely respect what Gwen is doing here, and this is just my personal opinion, but it takes a lot of confidence to embrace a completely different lifestyle in your 40s and 50s. She could have easily been like, nope, I'm a California girl through and through. You adapt to my world or nothing. But instead, she's genuinely trying to appreciate what Blake loves about Oklahoma and the country lifestyle. That shows real emotional maturity and commitment, and honestly, it's kind of inspiring to see. Blake seems to recognize this too, which is why he's so careful with his words when he talks about her transformation. He's not saying she's become this country girl because that would erase who she is. He's saying we're seeing a different side of her, and that's such an important distinction. He's appreciating her willingness to step outside her comfort zone without expecting her to completely change her identity. But here's what I think is really going on with all these breakup rumors, and this might be controversial, but hear me out. I think people are projecting their own skepticism about unlikely couples onto Gwen and Blake. Society has this weird thing where we can't believe that people from different worlds can actually make it work long term. So we're constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, expecting them to fail so we can say, see, I knew they were too different. Except that's not what's happening here. What's actually happening is two people who genuinely love each other are figuring out how to blend their lives together. And yeah, it means Gwen's wearing cowboy boots now and spending time in Oklahoma, and Blake's probably eating more sushi or whatever LA thing he's picked up from her. That's called growth, people. That's called being in a real relationship. And let's be real for a second. The grocery store photos are probably the most telling evidence we could get about the state of their marriage, because you can fake a lot of things for the cameras. You can fake smiles at red carpet events, you can fake chemistry in interviews, but you can't really fake the comfort level of running errands together. The way Blake was loading bags, the way Gwen was dressed all casual, these are the moments that reveal the truth about a relationship. So, what does all this mean for the future of their marriage? Well, based on everything we're seeing, I think they're doing just fine, despite what the rumor mill wants us to believe. They've been together for almost 9 years if you count from when they started dating. They've been married for 4, and they're still making the effort to blend their lives together in meaningful ways. The fact that they're planning to spend the holidays going back and forth between their two worlds shows they're thinking long-term, not like people who are about to call it quits. And honestly, I kind of love that they're not letting the speculation get to them. They're just out here living their lives, buying groceries, wearing cowboy boots, loading up the SUV, doing normal couple stuff. That's the kind of relationship authenticity that you can't manufacture, and it's probably why they've lasted this long when so many celebrity couples crash and burn. So, the next time you see a headline claiming Gwen and Blake are headed for divorce, maybe take it with a massive grain of salt, because the actual evidence we have, the stuff we can see with our own eyes, suggests they're doing just fine. Sure, they're different, sure, they come from completely different backgrounds, but maybe that's exactly why it works. Maybe they balance each other out in ways that same-type couples never could. At the end of the day, I think we should stop waiting for them to fail and just appreciate that we're watching two people genuinely try to make their relationship work across all their differences. And honestly, that's pretty beautiful if you ask me. Whether Gwen's rocking cowboy boots in LA or Blake's dealing with California traffic, they're in it together, and that grocery store trip just proved it once again.